At one point during the day, the line of people awaiting a food handout stretched 2.5 miles. But the length of the queue wasn't the only shock. The other was where it formed, for this is just outside Johannesburg, the richest city in Africa. These pictures show Kenyans so hungry they couldn't wait, and so they stampeded. Such was their fear of missing out on food being distributed. The UN says 5 African countries are at risk of famines of biblical proportions, but neither Kenya nor South Africa are among them. South Sudan is. Already cursed by war, climate change and a dire economy, the country is home to 1.7 million displaced people living in camps. Most have to work to eat, but because of coronavirus, they're doing less of both. Because of the movement restrictions, we can't leave the camp to work, said this woman. We're running out of food and medicine and hope aid organizations will rescue us. The quarantine and a broken food supply chain complete a perfect storm of man-made and natural disasters that condemn perhaps millions to starvation.
The bank estimate is that in 2020, between 40 and 60 million people will be pushed into extreme poverty.
Coronavirus isn't the only airborne pestilence that threatens the Horn of Africa. A second plague of crop-eating locusts is now on the horizon, and it's set to be much bigger and more ravenous than before.
Whilst the world is watching COVID-19, a hunger crisis is building every day, one that could see more than 250 million people pushed to the brink of starvation.
The UN is calling for huge donations, but despite the dire predictions, the economic predicament of even the richest nations means there's rarely been a worse time to ask. John Irvine, News at 10.